Hello, everyone. My name is Kevin. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I had been interested in real estate pretty much all my life, but I was never able to find a way to pursue that to a point that I could profit from it. I just wasn't mature enough, didn't have the knowledge. I'm sure it was a combination of several things. In 2012, I started getting interested in it again. I renewed my interest in real estate. My wife and I bought our first personal property, and I renovated it and was able to create equity from that property. And so in 2015, with my wife's blessing, uh, we were able to get an equity line on that property. I say with my wife's blessing because she wasn't really as into it at first as I was. She might have thought that I was a little bit crazy, but I think she just wanted to sit back and see what was going to happen. She wasn't really expecting much, as most people don't at first. So anyway, we bought our first property in 2015, and that pretty much began our spree of buying properties and renovating them. We invest in Akron, Ohio. We now have 12 cash flowing properties as of today, and this has enabled us to be financially independent now. We were both able to retire at a young enough age that we're able to enjoy that retirement now. That has been a blessing to be able to enjoy retirement young enough. Why did I create this channel? I created this channel because I love real estate. I love investing in it. I love rehabbing properties. I love looking for tenants, providing or filling properties with tenants. I love all the processes that are involved. And because I love this, I want to teach this love to others. Because too many times, beginner investors, they're excited about it at first, but maybe because of a couple of bad tenants or some issues with their properties or being not being organized, they lose that love rather quickly, and they get burnt out pretty much. I don't want that to happen to myself or to anybody else. So I would like to help beginner investors to keep that love, to be successful, and continue to enjoy investing in real estate. So I've developed a series of videos that I'm going to launch. These videos are going to help others to learn from and avoid the mistakes that I made. I want to teach these systems and procedures that I've put together, the ones that I use today, that I've put together over the last 7 years. I want to teach that to others. And these are my standard operating procedures. You've probably heard of the term SOP. That's what successful businesses use to keep their system working. Make sure they do the same processes over and over every time, so they make no mistakes, and they get better and better at doing these systems. And they might change from time to time, but it helps you to avoid making mistakes. So, what are some videos I'm going to produce? There's going to be one on why is investing in real estate so profitable? What makes it so profitable? What neighborhoods are best for myself or for you? It's a personal decision. What neighborhoods are best to invest in? How to screen tenants better than any service that you can find online. What are some quick ways to pre-screen applicants? I had a tenant one time or an applicant that put in an application. I looked up their phone number, and it obviously it did lead to them. But then I looked up the supervisor's phone number, and it also led back to that applicant. So it's like sometimes you got to learn to read between the lines, use a little bit of discernment, and find these things out before you even consider an applicant. And that's one way to do that pre-screening. So I'm going to do a special video just on how I do that procedure. How do you do a tenant turnover from the point that a current tenant gives their 30-day notice to the point that you pull in a new tenant and get that system started over again? How do you do that? That's going to be a subject of a video. What are some best ways to advertise? That's a good one. How about this? Things that all investors have to do at the end of the year. Developed a list of things that I forgot at times, and I was sorry for. So now I have a system that I make sure I do these things every year, and that will certainly help out a lot. How about how to get alternative financing? This is a very good one. I was able to buy our first 3 properties with that equity line from our personal residence, but then I had trouble getting financing. It took me a while to get to the point where I can use hard money lenders. They're difficult to get at first. You got to get some experience with that. But I learned ways to use credit cards and other forms of alternative financing to get really low interest rates. And this is something I'm going to do a video on in the future. When did I start? Okay, I've already mentioned I started in 2015, and I was 44 years old when I started investing in real estate. So yeah, I started later in life. And that's the point of this, is that it's never too late to start investing in real estate. A lot of times I hear people say that they should have started when they were younger, or they're too old to do it now. But I truly believe that it's has investing later in life, because of being more mature, having better discernment, more knowledge, that this has helped me to be successful. Whereas if I had started earlier, knowing the kind of person I was back then, I probably would have failed. So it is never, ever too late to start investing in real estate. You do want to be smart about it, though. You want to be smart about where you invest. So that brings me to my next question. Where do I invest? I invest in Akron, Ohio, and surrounding areas. Why do I invest, or why do I love to invest there? Well, that's going to be the subject of my next video, because really a lot is involved in deciding where to invest. You have different types of neighborhoods, different returns that you can get. And quite frankly, when you start later in life, like myself, you want to make sure that you're getting the highest return that you possibly can, because the goal is to get to financial freedom. And that takes a while to get there. And if you're only getting 8-10% returns, there's nothing wrong with that. But there are neighborhoods that you can get much higher returns on your investment. And those are the ones that you really want to target if you're older, or you just want to get to freedom quickly. If you got anything from this video, please like and subscribe below, and that way you'll be sure not to miss any of the upcoming videos.